Assalamualaikum kids. Well, I hope that you all are having a great week. This is your English teacher, Miss Javeria Asad, with another interesting grammar topic. But before starting our topic, I got to show you something. Well, what I just did, I blew a balloon. Can you tell me what color is this? Well, this is blue. So I just blew a blue balloon. Hey, have you noticed something? I said a word twice. Blue and blue. So my dear kids, the wait is over and our today's grammar topic is homophones. Well, let's move towards the basic meanings of homophones. Homo means same and phone means sound. So the words which have same sound can be called as homophones. Now let's move towards the definition of homophones. Homophones are words that are spelled differently their meanings are different, but their sound is exactly the same. For example, we have some more examples here, like as in rose and rose. Now you can see here rose and rose. Have you noticed something? Their sounds and their spellings, both things are same. R-O-S-E, rose, R-O-S-E, rose. But their meanings are entirely different. Let me tell you how. Here, rose is a flower. And here, rose is the past form of rice. So now you can see that these words have the same exact sound, their spellings are same, their sound is same, but their meanings are totally different. Rose as a flower and rose as a past form of rice. Now we have some more examples here. So now here we have some more examples of homophones. Rain, R-A-I-N. Rain, R-E-I-G-N. Rain, R-E-I-N. Their spellings are totally different, but their sound is exactly the same. Rain, rain and rain. Here rain is a liquid form of droplets. Rain, to rule somewhere. And rain, a long narrow strap that is attached to a horse's bit. So now you can see that these three words sound in the same way, but here their spellings are different. But when we studied rose, their spellings were same. Do you remember that? Rose and rose. So we have some cases in homophones. Here their spellings are different, their meanings are different, but their sound is same. Now my dear kids, here we have some base verbs along with their past form and along with their homophones. Now let's move towards our next work. As we have already studied about verbs, that verbs are actions. So now our first base verb is read. Do you remember the past form of read? It's read. Now what will be the homophone of red? I think it's quite easy. Do you know the color of rose? Yes, it's red. So now you can see the base verb is read, the past form is read, and the homophone is also read. So now let's move towards our next base verb, which is wear. The past form of wear is wore. And the homophone of wore is a very dangerous word. It's a wore. We do not call it as war. we pronounce it as war. War is a terrible thing that can be happen in between two nations or countries. That should not be happen. Now let's move towards our next base verb, which is blue. Well, do you remember that in the beginning I showed you something? The past form of blue is blue. Now you must know the homophone of this word blue. It is blue. Now let me tell you something very important here, that blowing up balloons are really good for your lungs. So keep blowing up balloons. Let's move towards our last base verb, which is eat. The past form of eat is ate. And its homophone is very easy. It's a digit 8. So now you understand that along with homophones, we have learned some past form as well. Read, read and read. Where war and war. Blue, blue and blue. The last one is eat, ate and ate. So now it's time to use these homophones and these past form verbs in your sentences. So let's move towards our next task. I hope that you all are enjoying this lesson, as this is a very new topic for all of you. But this topic is really fun, because what we have to do, we have to say just one word and it has two different meanings. So now let's use these words in our sentences. For example, number 1, like in the beginning, I blew a blue balloon. So in this sentence, we are using a word twice. One as a past form of blow and the other one as a homophone. Blue and blue. This is the past form of blow and this is the homophone of this word blue. Now let's move towards the next verb. I ate 8 oranges yesterday. Well, as you all know that eating healthy foods, healthy fruits is really good for your health. So here we have used 8 as the past form of eat and its homophone here is this word, this digit 8. Now let's move towards our next sentence, that he wore do you remember what was the homophone of wore? Yes, that was a very terrible thing. Wore. He wore a war uniform. Now here we have used wore as the past form of wear and we have used its homophone as this word. Let's move towards the last sentence, which is I read a red book yesterday. So my dear students, in this lesson we have learned 3 things. The past form of some base verbs, their homophones, as well as how to use these past forms and homophones in our sentences. Now let's repeat these sentences once again. I blew a blue balloon. The next word is I ate 8 oranges yesterday. The third sentence is he wore a war uniform. And the last but not the least sentence is I read a red book yesterday. So now it's time to give you some home task. So let's move towards your today's home task, which is going to be very interesting for all of you. You have to do this work in your copies very neatly along with the title page of month of August, first week. Now your home task is that you have to write 5 homophones in your copy and you have to use these 5 homophones in your sentences just like we did. For example, you have written right and its homophone is right. So how you can make the 2 sentences with these homophones? we are using the first homophone here, that I will show you that I am right. And for this, I like to write stories in daytime. So my dear kids, I hope that you enjoyed the lesson. I'll catch you next week inshallah with another lesson. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Stay blessed.